I don't think that was peak Boris. I mean, okay, there were good jokes in there. He's always got the good jokes. But I think the difficulty with Boris giving a speech is that people have come for the jokes. They've come for the vocabulary. And if he tries to do a couple of minutes of serious stuff about housing or about crime or education, you can just kind of sense that people switching off a bit. And they're just thinking, oh, yes, get past this point. Do a long word. Say a long word. It's funny, we like it when you do the long words. Yeah. And then he does a long word or a joke, and they all pick up again. They go, aha, yes, we love you, Boris. So that's the difficulty for him.
Yeah, he's more of a sort of entertainer-in-chief than a policymaker, isn't he? And he does recycle his jokes as well. I was at a rally last night where he used a lot of the jokes that he used this morning. Do you think that his policy bits, though members might find them boring, are credible?
Well, that's an interesting point, because one naturally switches off when he's actually saying them. What was interesting there, was the way he stood up for David Cameron a couple of points. All right, he also made a couple of jokes at David Cameron's expense, but I get the sense with Boris that he's decided it's probably time to start behaving himself there.
Do you think that's going to last more than this week? Next month? A year?
I would give that up to 6 months, maybe bordering on a year, something like that.
Surely he can't resist another pop at the PM at some point.
No, well, there were a couple of jokes in there about that. But what was your view of it? You didn't think that was peak Boris either?
No, I didn't think so, but I think he's trying to become more serious. And as you said, that's difficult because people don't want serious Boris. But he's interesting because he's sort of thumping the tub for London, trying to get more powers for himself, trying to make the case for directly elected mayors. Yet that hasn't really worked in the rest of the country. It hasn't sold the brand of directly elected mayors to, we saw that fail last year, didn't we?
I think if you want a directly elected mayor, you have to have a Boris, and there don't seem to be very many Borises. At the moment, there seems to be only one.
Yeah.
We need a few more of those to go around the country, I think.
Yeah. Do you think that he's now going to be batting for the Conservatives and sort of fighting UKIP, or do you think he's going to be fighting more for London?
Well, he has been fighting UKIP. At that rally last night, he had a joke which I'm surprised he didn't recycle, because he normally does like to recycle his jokes. He said, UKIP if you want to, David Cameron's not for kipping unless he's at his sister-in-law's. I think he's going to be on side until the next election. What happens the day after the next election, of course, we don't know.
And just one more question on Jamie Oliver. Boris decided not just to be helpful to David Cameron, but also Jamie Oliver, who's been in a lot of trouble recently for talking about young people in this country not having the skills and the motivation necessary. Do you think he carried that off? Do you think he's back in trouble now?
I found that whole passage a little bit vague. It's quite tentative of him, the way that he was quoting Jamie Oliver, rather than simply volunteering the opinion himself and saying, I think our young people are too lazy. He was quite hesitant about that. I think Boris, he's just much more at home when he's doing the jokes. When it comes onto a controversial opinion like that, I think he's a little bit nervous.